Hey YouTube, Mark here with another video of some, well, what I would like to say is some pretty good pickups. Recently my wife and I went to Detroit, took a 2-hour flight up there. A cousin of mine got married, spent about $100 total, went to various Salvation Armies. There was a place called Community Thrift, and there was a couple other places. I don't really know what the names were, but we checked them all out, and I pretty much got at least one game from every place, but I definitely got a lot more than one game. First, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go by age of systems. Um, First up is Sega Genesis and PGA Tour Golf 3 complete. I have never actually played it. I don't mind golf games so much, but I don't know. Back in the day, I don't think they were that great. This is, however, like I said, it's complete and looks like it's in actually very good shape. So I glad I went ahead and got that for $1. So then next on the list would be PlayStation 1. And I actually got quite a few games that, they're not necessarily gems by any means. In fact, some of them I never played before. I didn't have a PlayStation. I had an N64 back in them days. So finding some older games, especially racing games, big fan of racing games, I usually pick them up if they're a decent price. All of these were $2 a piece, and one of them in particular, which is not a racing game, is worth a lot more than $2. So first up is Formula One. And what's really nice about this is the case is in fantastic shape, and the disc is like brand new. It's crazy. These ones I found at Salvation Army. I've never played it, although a friend of mine, actually Greg from Digital Pixel Cafe, he told me this game is a crock of shit, essentially, and this is Croc, Legend of the Gobos, and like Formula One, this case is in fantastic shape, and the disc, I don't know if you can see it, it's like perfect, never been touched for the most part. Next up is 10-Pin Alley, and just like the previous two, the case is like brand new, as is the disc. Here you can kind of take a peek here with the reflection. I like bowling games. In fact, I like bowling in general. So I figure I'd give this a shot. See how well it plays. Here's a racing game called Street Racer. Like the other previous ones, the case is like brand new, as is the disc. Not bad for $2 if you ask me. However, I do not have any idea if the game is any good. Next up, I do not have the actual game case for this, or the manuals, or anything like that, so I will have to find those. And the disc is not in the greatest shape, however, I can clean it up, and it should work fine. But Mortal Kombat 4. Back when this game came out, I actually got it on Dreamcast, Mortal Kombat Gold. And comparing the two is a night and day difference. So, my last PlayStation 1 game, which is definitely worth more than $2, is Resident Evil 2. Now, the case is not in the greatest shape. I did buy some replacement parts at Salvation Army even, which I usually buy jewel cases whenever I find them. In this case, they were 99 cents for a pack of 5. I don't have the book for this either, so I'm gonna have to find that. But having this is like, to me, it's like a gem. You know, it's one of my favorites of the series. It's a toss-up for me between this one and Resident Evil 4. So next up is PlayStation 2. And what I have here, various games, you know, they range from $3, $4. I think I got a couple for $2. However, the majority of these were about $3. So for $3, I got MotoGP 4. Actually, this is one of the first games that I've actually seen that uses the pressure-sensitive buttons. That's kind of cool. The Da Vinci Code. I've never played it. I do know it was a multi-console release, and you know, it's a puzzle game, and I like the puzzle aspect of games, so we'll see how that goes. The original Burnout. I got this one for $3.95. Let's see, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Being that this came out so long ago, 2002, man. Oh man, I feel old. It's actually one of the games that uses the CD format for PlayStation 2. Not too many games did, but you know, in the early days. Also, I collect like certain series. I like to collect the full series of a game, and this particular game, I didn't actually know it came out on the PS2. SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEALs Combined Assault. I'm guessing what this essentially is like a variation of the PSP version of Fireteam Bravo 2. But now that I have it on PS2, I'm going to research and see what other ones I have, because I already have 1 through 3. And that game was $2. The next one is The Getaway. This was $3 and on DVD, and the disc isn't in the greatest shape, but I can clean it up. You know, get that working if it doesn't. Next game is Supercar Street Challenge. I've actually never heard of this game. I didn't own a PS2. It's from Activision, so it may have been on the Xbox, but I personally have never heard of it. Now, I did buy this for 2 reasons. One, it is a racing game, and I like, you know, various racing games. But this one, it allows you to customize your car in ways that other racing games don't. And you can customize the actual body shape. I do know that, you know, like Gran Turismo or whatever, heck, a lot of the racing games these days let you put body kits on and whatever, but this looks like something a bit more than just body kits. It says, create your dream car, morphing its body and selecting accessories and high performance features. So yeah, that looked kind of cool. And then this next one, I've never heard of it, but you know, it is a Sony game. It's made by Sony. So Genji, or it might be Genji, Dawn of the Samurai, and it's complete. In fact, it has like the registration card in here and all that stuff they used to put in the game boxes. The DVD itself, it has a little bit of roughness to it, but it's not bad. And I got this one for $4. based on the box artwork, it actually looked pretty cool. So um, you're probably watching some gameplay right now if I decided to do that. Next up is the Xbox. This was kind of interesting because I on the PS2, you know, when I was looking and I found the Da Vinci Code, then we went to a completely different store and I found the Da Vinci Code for Xbox. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick that up. Then I could do a comparison video. I mean, there might be some major differences or something. I don't know, but the disc itself actually looks like it's brand new. I mean, there's no fingerprints or scratches on it or anything like that. And then the other thing too is this one says that it was essentially it's from Blockbuster. So for a Blockbuster game, it doesn't have the sticker on the disc like usually Blockbuster games would back then. It looks pretty damn good. It looks actually kind of new. So a while back, I had found a PS2 game, and I've never seen it. You know, I thought maybe it was an exclusive. Well, I found it for Xbox, Thrillville, and this is kind of interesting. I mean, they got you know, this is a complete. It's got everything that you could want, and the disc itself, actually, it doesn't look bad. It has a couple fingerprints, but obviously that can be rubbed off. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do a comparison video of those two now. Next up is Ghost Recon 2. This game, I think I got it for $3. I like all the Ghost Recon games. And actually, something interesting too is it has a card for 2 months free of Xbox Live, and it's never been used. It would be kind of funny to see if we could use it now, but it says it expired in 2005. But that's kind of funny, and the disc itself, you know, is pretty decent. Next up is Tony Hawk's Underground. This is complete. It is a Platinum Edition, but I personally don't really have a preference with those. Maybe someday I would switch them out. The disc it's okay. I've never actually played this particular Tony Hawk game. I remember playing the second one way back in the day on the PlayStation, the Dreamcast, and the N64, but never played any of the newer ones. Then next up and last for the Xbox is Call of Duty Finest Hour Platinum Hits. This one also is complete, and you know, I remember playing this on PC, or at least I don't know if it was Finest Hour, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to check it out because I never played it on Xbox. I do have it for PS2, however, so now I guess I could do a comparison with those. And then next up is GameCube. I only found one GameCube game, at least one that was worth buying. There was a couple other ones, but the cases were real bad, and the discs, there's no way they'd even play. But Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, I got this one for $2.95 or $3, I guess. The disc is like, yeah, well, there's a little nick in there, but oh no, that's just a fuzz. Although it looks pretty dang good. Let's see if it'll show reflection. Yeah, it's not bad, and it comes with the book and everything. Now that I have that, I just need to get it for the Xbox, and I can do some comparison videos, you know, of that. Next up is PlayStation 3, and for practically $4, I got Army of Two. The case is in rough shape, but I've got some spares I'll probably use. But the disc itself actually is like brand new, which is pretty nice. And it is complete. Next up is Battlefield 4. And the case is fine, but it does not have the actual label. I've already recorded some footage that you're watching right now. And the disc itself looks like it's brand new. However, you know, it is a Blu-ray, so they are more scratch resistant, which is great. And then last on the video game pickups is Homefront: The Revolution for $8.99. Now the case, someone put it in a Blu-ray case and they printed like maybe, I don't know, it looks like it came from GameStop, so it's not even an actual label or sleeve. But the game itself it works. In fact, you're checking out some of that footage right now. I've never played this one, so you know, you're just kind of watching the beginning here. Alright, last up on the actual video game pickups is another Duke. I'm a big fan of the Duke controller because I have big hands, so whenever I see them I tend to pick them up because they're, you know, getting to be kind of more rare, and I think they fit my hands better than the Controller S. The last up on the pickups, actually, I did find one more PS2 game. So next up here is MX World Tour, a dirt bike game. And it looks pretty cool. So I can't wait to give that one a try. I also found at Salvation Army 3 DVDs that I mean, I knew there was an anime of this series, but I knew more of the video game from the arcades, and that is Initial D. And I happen to have 3 right here. So we got Battle 5, Battle 4, and Battle 9. One of these packs actually has trading cards in there, and the discs themselves look like they've never been used. So, and I actually picked that up for a friend of mine. I thought he'd like it because he's a big fan of the game and the anime. And actually, when I talked to him about it, he didn't even know that there was some sort of a trading card game. So I thought that was cool. So with that being said, go ahead and, you know, you can check out my previous videos. I'll have them linked at the end, and or actually, well, this side or whichever side. And you know, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and like always, happy gaming.